What have I just seen? Seriously. How do things like this happen in football continuously every year? We never see it coming. Messi, done. Barcelona, done. Liverpool, eh? What a team. What a team. Well, it's 9:30 on the morning after the night before, and I'd usually be sitting here talking about Scottish football, and yes, there was Scottish football on last night, but how can you ignore that Champions League game? Incredible. Lionel Messi, yet again, made to look dumbfounded by what he's just seen in the Champions League for the second year in a row. Last year, it was Roma, and this year, it was Liverpool. And it's not just Lionel Messi who's had to endure that 2 years in a row now. Alisson Becker has been involved in both those occasions, but on the right side of the winning team. How must that man feel right now? Living his best life, as the saying goes. To make it even worse for one of the greatest of all time, and no, I don't mean Mercer polite. Close though, Lionel Messi. He stated to the Barcelona fans at the start of the season that he wanted nothing more than to bring the Champions League back to the Camp Nou. Well, Lionel, you are out of this world, and you can stop many things from happening in the world of football, but a comeback at Anfield in the Champions League, you can't even stop that happening for right in front of your own eyes. The man gets called Alien Boy, well, at least he's got a bit of humanity about him, eh? No one can stop a Champions League comeback at Anfield once it starts. Remember Borussia Dortmund? And then of course this wasn't at Anfield, but remember Liverpool in that famous Champions League final against AC Milan. It's unreal, this stuff. Talking of humanity, by the way, James Milner crying at the end of that game and subsequently having to get a hug off of Jurgen Klopp. You can't help but feel for the guy. What a bloke. Good guy. So, Liverpool were 3-0 down going into the second leg of this Champions League tie, and as the best commentator out there once said, Michael Owen, whichever team scores more goals usually wins. Well, today, Mike, that's Barcelona so far, so let's see how that panned out over the 90 minutes. Goal review. Henderson, shown by this lovely LFC counter, picks the ball up around this sort of area, jiggles in between a couple of Barca players very nicely, takes the shot, which is saved by Barca keeper Ter Stegen, takes the shot, saved, comes back out, and Divock Origi is there to tap it in. A very kind of trademark goal for any sort of really counter-attacking team. Fast play, incisive, and a guy there to tap it in at the end. Liverpool really needed an early goal in this game, and that was exactly what they got. It was very important because if they'd waited probably even 10 minutes longer, this game probably wouldn't have panned out like it did. The early goal put Barcelona right on the back foot for the start, the atmosphere cranked up, and it was probably the key component in Liverpool actually making the full comeback in this game. So at this point in the game, Jurgen Klopp brought on Wijnaldum for Andy Robertson at half time. Andy Robertson had picked up an injury in the first half, and Jurgen Klopp decided to change it up and go with Wijnaldum coming on. I think that meant that James Milner moved to left back and Wijnaldum came into the midfield, and it proved to work. Because as you can see, Trent Alexander-Arnold, made out by this LFC counter, was getting marked by a Barcelona player on the flank, and he made his way down. Barcelona player kind of followed him, but eventually Trent Alexander-Arnold got his way free, crossed the ball across the box, like so, and Gini Wijnaldum smashed it at the Barcelona keeper, but enough to get it past them. And again, a very important goal, because Liverpool making that change and losing a player like Andy Robertson, it proved that they could actually still do it. And even though they'd lost players previously to this game, like Bobby Firmino, Mo Salah, and even Naby Keita wasn't involved at all, you could see that the Liverpool team really wanted this, and even the sub Gini Wijnaldum coming on and making such an impact straight away, it really showed the kind of character and fight in that Liverpool team. Kudos to Jurgen Klopp for making that substitution, because it really did change the game. So this time it was Wijnaldum involved yet again. 2 goals in 2 minutes for the man, and also involving Xherdan Shaqiri. This was on the opposite flank this time, on the left. I wouldn't say Xherdan Shaqiri had a great game up until this point, and obviously getting an assist for what turned to be a very important goal in this game as well. It kind of turned his performance as well, because I think before this he was kind of just a bit sloppy, a bit more sloppy than the rest of the Liverpool team. Yes, the full team had a fantastic game, but I think if you were to pick a weak link, I think it was Xherdan Shaqiri last night. But when this goal happened, you could see the kind of change in Xherdan Shaqiri's performance, and then also it really ramped up that Anfield atmosphere even more. So this time you've got Xherdan Shaqiri out here on the left wing, crossed it a bit more like that, and it meant that Gini Wijnaldum was able to get his head on the ball and put it right in the top corner. It flat-footed Ter Stegen, one of the best goalies in the world, and it really did kind of, as I said before, just ramped up that Anfield atmosphere. It put the scores level on aggregate, and you could only really see one thing happening for this point. Liverpool were probably always going to go on and win this game after this goal, and it was amazing. It was one of the only goals in the game that I actually reacted to. The rest were just in shock, really. 1 and 2, obviously a bit lesser. 3, I was like, wow, this could actually really happen. And number 4, I was just completely in shock because of the nature of that goal. And we'll get onto that one right now. Right, so it was at this point in the game that Liverpool were really pushing for that 4th and winning goal. And at this point in the game they got a corner kick. And Trent Alexander-Arnold always takes them, really, especially on that right hand side, and he went over, put the ball down, kinda looked a bit just natural, walking away, letting his players set up for the corner, and then he spotted an unmarked Divock Origi in the corner of his eye, and as he was walking away from it, came straight back and just slammed the ball in straight into Divock Origi's path. And Gerard Piqué was the only Barcelona defender to even slightly follow it. I think every Barcelona player was pretty much sleeping. Gerard Piqué tried to pick up on it, but was too late, and Divock Origi slammed it in to the top corner. A brilliant finish, because it came flying at him, but it was a top class finish, and top class from this man Trent Alexander-Arnold. 20 years old, but was able to do that on a Champions League night that meant so much. It just shows the level of maturity in this guy, and that goal is just as much his as Divock Origi's, because if it weren't for him making that goal would literally never have happened. It wasn't just a simple cross and goal, it was more thinking behind it, and the vision and intelligence in Trent Alexander-Arnold to even think about doing that. So congrats to him for even trying that on a night like that. He's got some balls on him to do that. The finish by Divock Origi can't be understated though, and for him to come in and replace even a player like Mo Salah or Bobby Firmino, whatever one he deliberately replaced in the lineup, then it just shows the kind of squad depth that Liverpool have, and you wouldn't have expected it from Divock Origi, but he came in and performed extremely well on this Champions League night. Goal review. No Salah, no Keita, no Firmino. Good guy Bobby Firmino, no less. And as I said, let's not forget good guy James Milner. What a comeback. That was a treat last night, folks. I was planning to go to Edinburgh City versus Clyde last night, and well, thank Christ I didn't. What a time to be alive. Liverpool have to win something this season, and if they don't, it'll be the biggest travesty in football in my opinion. However, on the flip side of that, it'll also make them the most nearly, but not quite, men ever. So, it's a double-sided coin. Champions League, Premier League, whatever it is, win one of them and get your plaudits. This team deserves it. When you do things like you did last night, there is simply no reason why you can't go on and win something this season. Come on, lads. that's it for this video, guys. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe for more, and until the next video, well, I'll see you then. Well, what a comeback. Unbelievable scenes.